All right, so a good tip for you guys to remember is when you're approaching women, when you're talking to these girls, do not respond to them in a negative way. So I want to elaborate on that. So what I mean is your response to them shouldn't show them that what they said to you or how they're acting to you has made you respond to them in a negative type of way. So if a woman is being mean, if she's acting like a bitch, you do not return that energy to her. Do you understand what I'm saying? So basically what you're going to do is, if a chick is acting stupid, you either leave the situation or you respond to her in a calm manner. So for example, I remember one time I was on a train and I saw this girl, she was hot or whatever. And I walk up to her and I'm like, yo, you look mad good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, yo, you're hot. So the first thing that comes out of her mouth, she's like, look, I'm not interested. Right? Just real stink. So, you know, I look at her and I say, what are you not interested in? And she's like, well, I'm not interested in you. And then she says, well, I'm expecting you to walk away now since I said I'm not interested. So I look at her and I say, well, I can stand wherever I want and I don't have to move anywhere. And on top of that, I'm still wondering what you're not interested in because I didn't offer you anything. Right? So she's sitting there and she starts like smiling and looking at me all weird, like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? And then her stop comes and then she gets off the train or whatever, right? Now the thing is, if you were in that situation, or in, let's say that happened where you're talking to a girl and she's like, oh, I'm not interested. And if you start like going like, yo, but hold on, why you acting like that? Or what's wrong with you? Why you being like that? And you're getting, you're getting real, you're responding in this like needy, negative kind of way to her. It's not going to be a good interaction. You understand what I'm saying? Because even when when I was talking to the girl, you know, we didn't exchange numbers and nothing really happened. But the thing is that you have to train yourself to not respond to a woman's nonsense. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of times women, they say shit sometimes to test you. They're trying to like see you if they can push your buttons or whatever. And also it's like, you don't want to have a woman controlling your emotions. You understand what I'm saying? You need to have your shit intact at all times. And sometimes this might take practice or whatever, but the main thing that's going to make you or make your emotions stay intact is understanding that you don't need to impress these chicks. You don't need to feel like you have to do or say a certain thing to them, or you don't have to have the interaction. You don't have to get hurt that particular girl's number, but know that if she's acting stink, I can move on to the next girl. But in general, what you just need to have is, you need to make sure that you're grounded in how you're interacting with these girls, because there's going to be times where women are going to come up to you, or well, you're going to come up to women, because they're not going to come up because a lot of them are scared to, but you're going to come up to women and they're going to act stink. They're going to act like a bitch. They're going to say stupid shit to you, and it might throw you off a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? So you want to prepare yourself. You want to keep yourself in the mode of being, of not reacting in a negative way, or not reacting in a nervous way or a needy type of way when women are being ridiculous. You understand what I'm saying? Because sometimes you'll be talking to a girl and she'll say some stupid shit, and then sometimes they say stupid shit because they're using it as a defense mechanism. So if you're being chill and calm and collected and she sees that, it sometimes will lower her defenses. You understand what I'm saying? Because the funny part was when I was on a train and I'm talking to that girl, and she sees that I was all calm and shit. And I was kind of getting at her a little bit. I said, well, and like right before she left, got off the train, came. I was telling her, I said to her real calmly, I said, I think you might have poor social skills because you're saying you're not interested, and I didn't offer anything for you to be interested in, and that's when she kind of started to smile, like, what the hell's wrong with this dude? And her stop came in, she walked off. You understand what I'm saying? So it was like I was showing her that she does not control this situation. She does not control me. I'm a man, and I'm going to come and speak to you whether you like it or not. You understand what I'm saying? And no matter what she does or says, or any chick does or says, it's not going to throw me off my shit. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes you'll talk to a girl and she'll just be mad, stupid, and you don't even have to continue it anymore. You just be like, aight, and just walk away. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even gotta, deal with that shit. But sometimes you'll be talking to a girl and she'll say something and you just wanna, like, you know, be like, what the fuck? But don't let her get you into that mode. You understand? Because, at the end of the day, see, women like when a guy is strong and he stands his ground and he knows what he's about, and you don't want these women basically controlling you and controlling your emotions and how you're gonna feel about these situations. You understand what I'm saying? So just take heed to that, and that's gonna improve the amount of women that you get, the amount of women that you're gonna be able to be with and everything. Because when you continue to practice that, when you continue to learn how to master your shit, then it's gonna you become a little bit more attractive to these chicks out here. Alright, so I just wanted to leave you guys with that tip. It's your boy Mr. Locario. Hit me up, MrLocario.com, ILookSexyNaked.com. Subscribe to the channel and hit me up, and I will holler at you guys later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace.